Good morning, guys. So it is early for me to be up, and I am too tired. God, I'm tired, and I ain't gonna be able to go to bed until about 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. A little later, if I have the energy to do homework. But I have been thinking, and my mind goes to places sometimes that it's just crazy, but sometimes at work we have these, we just have random conversations about life and, women and men and boys and girls and stuff like that, because there is a difference. Regardless of the age, there is a difference. And I don't know. I know that black men have always been protected. There's always been excuses for how they are and how they act, and I've heard that because of slavery and stuff like that, and they were taken away from their children, that they still have that mentality, and it's always put on, it's always, it seems like it's understandable why, and I'm not gonna say just black men, but I'm speaking from my culture, that it's they understand why they are the way that they are, and I was thinking one day, and I'm like, you know what, I don't know if that is the best excuse possible, you know what I mean, because during slavery time, black men were not able to stay with their family and raise their children. But these are different times, and I feel like that's just an excuse to hang on to, so that they don't ever have to step up to the plate of being a man. And that's just really my opinion. And then on the flip side, with the white man, the master, who has been mating, who has been sleeping with black women, raping their kids, which a lot of times has been a lot of incest, because say the master and me had a kid, a daughter, and then his son, is raping my daughter or sleeping with my daughter, depending on, the relationship or whatever. I don't know how it happened back then or whatever, I know there was a lot of rape and stuff back then. I get that. But a lot of that was incest. And they knew that that was the nigger's child. They knew that that was their daddy's child, but they could care less. And they'd sell them off like they were nothing or nobody. So the white culture could have the same excuse, because I believe they had it worse. We didn't have a choice, but they had a choice, and they chose to disown their own blood, regardless of them having it with a black woman. They decided that their blood wasn't enough for them to keep or to fight for. And I can't speak for all white people. I know there are white men that walk away from their families, but it's not put out there, and it's as prevalent as it is. I hope I'm using the right word, but it's not highly widely spoken about like it is spoken about black men leaving their family and how trifling they are and how they don't step up to the plate. So If a white man can sit there and look at his own flesh and blood and know that he made that child and still act like it doesn't exist and it's nobody, then I feel like a black man has no excuse today in our age to be the way that he is. Period. That was just on my mind, and I thought about it, and I was like, that is really, really, really true. And I get so tired of us having excuses all the time for why it's okay for us to be the way that we are. And it's not okay. It's not cute. It's not funny. It's not okay at all. If you don't want to have the responsibility of having children, then don't have any. I'm not telling you not to have sex or anything, but if you don't want no kids, then use the proper measures to not have any at all. Go get fixed or something like that, but to have kids and then put it on a woman's responsibility or back and say, well, you shouldn't have had them or you shouldn't have laid down with me, I think it's the weakest ass excuse that people can make. And I'm saying people because it's people. It's not just men. It's mostly women that have that attitude, and it's just the most ignorant, stupidest attitude that I've ever heard in my life. And I don't understand how people can come up with those excuses to make the man still feel like he can do whatever he wants and have no consequences whatsoever. He can just do what he wants, and then the woman is the one that's at fault. It's her fault. She shouldn't open her legs in the first place. And I just try to figure out where does that come from? Where does it come from? Did Jesus come down and say it in the Bible or something? And did I miss that scripture or that chapter or the whole book? Like, was it a book in the Bible that said, hey, women, don't open your legs, because if you do, it's your fault and completely your fault, and that's it. Like, that's the same lame ass excuse that Adam used in the garden with Jesus or with God about the woman and it being her fault. And still today, everybody look at the woman like it's her fault. And at the end of the day, the man is the one who's supposed to be the head. And because of his dumb ass not listening to God and listening to his flesh and to women, a lot of us is in a predicament today. Not saying that she's not responsible, but nobody looks at the man as the head, and he's supposed to have good goddamn sense to enhance and not to just abuse, and then go back to a child. Like, he just don't understand, and it's the woman's fault, and she needs to nurture him. A woman is not your mother. Your mother's your mother. A woman is a woman, and that's just the way it is. Excuse me, I'm telling y'all, it's early in the morning, and I'm just not all the way done. But I don't understand this child man thing they got going on, where I'm a man when it comes to sex and doing stupid stuff, but I'm a child for anything else when it comes to taking care of my responsibilities, paying bills, anything else. They don't want to do it, and the women pacify that and make it seem like it's okay because they're going to take care of them. And then when other women who's not going to deal with it come along, they get judged like they're just a bitch, or they're just picky, or they just snooty because they won't take care of a grown man who's supposed to be a man, instead of taking care of another child. It's just ridiculous. But I got things to do this morning, but I had to put that out there and do this video because I just think it's really, really crazy, and it's really, really, really sad. And I don't see that many men around. Not saying that they're not. I just haven't seen too many. I've seen some step up and do some things, and those that are doing those things and taking care of your responsibilities, I commend you and I applaud you, and I love y'all for that. But those of y'all that are still this, I'm a man because I have a penis and I know how to work it, you need to go and get some help. Like, you need to maybe sit down and talk to your mom for a little bit to see what the fuck is going on, because something ain't right. Something ain't right. She must have pacified you too long and made you think that you were gold, and at the end of the day, you're not gold. You're not. You're just not. You might be gold to her because you're her child, but to the world, you ain't shit, and you need to get your shit together. You just really do. You just do. You just do. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I just had to put that out there. I just had to put that out there. Talk to you guys later. Bye.